Hi there everybody, I'm Katie de Jong at Whispering Heart Coaching, and it's really nice to be back with you. It's been a few weeks since I've posted a video, and that's because life has been chaotic to say the least. Soon after I got out of hospital, having got sick with dengue fever during a holiday in Thailand, soon after I got out of hospital, we needed to pack up our life here in South Korea and send all our belongings in a sea container back to Australia, where we're relocating to in a couple of weeks. And as you all know, moving house, let alone country, is a big ordeal and very stressful, and it's a lot of upheaval and disruption and all of that. So yes, it's been very chaotic, and it's been difficult for me because I love to try and keep my business ticking over and moving forward in the meantime. It's been really hard for me to know how to keep some continuity going in the middle of all that chaos and stress. And while we were on holiday in Thailand, I actually read a really good book by Gary Keller, and his book is called The One Thing. And it really helped me because his book is all about the technique of focus and how to keep ourselves going in times of chaos by just focusing on one thing. And it's deceptively simple. It sounds, a little bit too obvious, but the book really did help me because he asks one specific question, and this question, if you can ask it to yourself every day, really does help focus your actions and everything you focus your time and energy into the one thing that's going to get you the most impact and progress. So it's according to quite a few books that I've been reading lately on productivity and effectiveness. There is this myth in our culture that multitasking is a good thing, and we kind of pat ourselves on the back when we, recognize that we're multitasking and doing so many things at once. But there's been so many studies showing that our effectiveness drops drastically when we're trying to focus on more than one thing at a time. Our brains, neurological studies have shown, just work so much better when we're able to focus our attention on one thing. So Gary's book, called The One Thing, has this wonderful question, and I'm going to share it with you right now because this question has helped me so much in the past few weeks. That big question is, what's the one thing I can do that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? That's it. Sounds like a very simple question. But when you ask it to yourself, it helps us wade through all the little distractions and the little things that we want to do because they're there and need to be done. But if you really ask yourself, what's the one thing that's going to make everything else easier, it changes our focus and priority. I've been practicing that technique in the last month since getting out of hospital and having so much to do on my plate, and focusing my time and energy into that one thing. And interestingly, my productivity has not been too bad. I've managed to get a few big things done that I really needed to do. What you'll find when you practice this technique, when you focus on that one thing, other things will suffer. And I've noticed that I've let other things go. I've gone days without checking social media and keeping on top of things there, and it feels uncomfortable because we usually like to be on top of everything all at once, but it's literally impossible. And if what we want is actually progress and impact, we have to let the other stuff slide, whether it's the housework or things in our private life or things that in our work that we would normally stay on top of. We have to train ourselves to get comfortable with a level of being out of control of those things and just not on top of them. But in the meantime, you are focusing your efforts on the one thing that makes everything else easier or more impactful. So the question has really helped me the last couple of weeks, so I'm really hoping it'll help you too. Keep asking yourself every morning, what is the one thing I can do that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? So that's what we're really looking for. Is there something you can do that will make all the other stuff unnecessary? It's a tricky question because it forces us to really think, but from my experience and the experience that he lists of literally hundreds of people in his book who put it into practice, and in businesses as well, organizations that actively practice this question find that their productivity massively increases. So I ask you to try this technique in the next week or so. Let me know how it goes. I would love to hear from you. It's challenging, but it's about training ourselves to think differently and to keep our focus on the one thing that is going to help us move forward the most effectively. So I hope this has helped you, and I would love to hear any success you have with the techniques, or any challenges or frustrations. And I look forward to being in touch with you soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.